Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. So this video today is on a 2003 Porsche Boxster S. 2003 Porsche Boxster S. This is the 3.2 liter petrol engine. Doesn't really matter. The problem the car came to me with is a problem with the central locking. And basically, guys, what happens is the following. I'm going to try to see. There is a kind of acoustic, an acoustic knowledge for the central locking, the horns, which the horn just goes off. But before that, try to listen for the central locking working. Okay, so I'm going to do it again and try to listen. Basically what happened is the central locking, the doors lock and straight away they unlock again. Try to hear it again. Okay, so that's what it does. When you press the remote they lock, straight away they unlock. If I press that button here, they lock and they stay locked. I'll do it again. And they lock. So, and the way I can show you this is, hang on. So we're gonna open the window. Turn the key off. I think they are locked at the moment. So if I try to open, the car is locked. If I unlock, door is open. And that, I'm not going to show you now, guys, but plays the same for that side. But when I do with the remote, so the door is unlocked at the moment. When I press the remote, it locks and locks, and obviously the door is open. And this is the problem. So I've checked already the front trunk. The front door is proper closed. The boot is also proper closed. So I don't know at this point what the problem is. I don't have a clue. The owner said to me, the lock on that door has been replaced, so I don't know why they replaced it. Apparently the problem was this problem to start with. They replaced the lock, and obviously the problem just carried on. So I don't know what made them to think that would be the issue. I don't know. I just know he told me that lock has been replaced. Another thing, just curiosity, if I lock the car with the key on the door and I turn obviously to lock, obviously this door will stay locked because I'm mechanically locking the door. But as soon as I release the key from locking the car, obviously this will stay locked, but the central locking will automatically open that door in there. Okay, and pretty much that's it. That's what it does. What is a little bit puzzling to me is the fact that this button actually works fine. It locks the car just fine. So the first thing I'm going to do to start with is we're going to see what that is going to tell us. It might be that throw some light to this problem. It might be that it doesn't. I don't know yet, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to scan the car, look at some live data, try to figure out what the problem is. Okay, I'm going to have to rectify something that I said, because I was relying on what I have been told without checking, and I'm just gonna retract the fact that I said when you lock it from there, it locks absolutely fine. It doesn't, and I now start to understand why they changed that lock, and I'm going to show you. So at the moment the car is unlocked, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to lock the car. This door is now locked, but this door, the passenger door, is still open. So we So I've been told wrong, and obviously we have a problem with that lock in there with that door. To be fair with you, when you lock and unlock, on this side, you can kind of hear. You might not gonna be able to hear it, but I'm gonna lock the car. No, sorry, unlock, lock. So you can kind of hear not long movement, but on this side, all I hear is actually a click. Obviously, because they're supposed to work both at the same time, you can't really distinguish. But yeah, there is. Now that I've started to obviously look around, it looks slightly different than initially. But yeah, so I've been told wrong. Wow, I could start to record the video again and just do it differently, but it's no point really. I've just been told, I've just been misinformed, and that's it. So indeed something is wrong with that door. Nevertheless, we're going to still plug that in and try to see if that tells us something about the issue. Okay, and you know what, guys? Very, very poorly on this. So this is your main menu. It's the only two things. Well, this is your main menu. Only has diagnostics. If I go to control unit scan, the one that's gonna have something to do with the central locking is gonna be that one, which is gonna be part of the alarm system, I hope. Well, I had a quick look, and he does have something, but we don't have any live data. So straight away here, we're gonna struggle a little bit. Let's gonna try to read the codes, and that's what we have. But the problem now is, are these codes here from before the lock was replaced, or they were after? So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase these codes. It's going to verify that they've been erased. Yes, they have. I'm going to escape this, stop there, and I'm going to cycle the key. I have all the doors closed. I think I do have. Yep. And let's gonna try to lock the car again. And it does exactly the same thing, obviously. But what I want to do now is turn the ignition on. I want to read these codes again. And let's gonna see if we have anything in here. Central locking limit position secure not reached. So we have a clue, which is not bad. It doesn't tell me which side, obviously, but because we know the problem is on that door, we're gonna open that door. So whoever's replaced that lock obviously has missed something. So we're gonna open that again. We're gonna strip the door, take the lock out, and we're gonna try to figure out what's wrong in there. Okay, so I don't know how this comes out, but someone left this like that, and the clips are not. This is how the door is. Whoever done this was not very proud on his job, on the job he was doing. Anyway, I believe this is gonna be this thing here. Is just pull out really. I don't know if there's any more screws, or if the rest is only clips. We'll have to figure it out. I think this cover comes off. Yeah, this cover comes off. There we go. Let me get my trimming tools. I have a screw in there. And we have another little cover here that we need to pull out. This sort of thing here. And that just exposes another bolt in here. And I believe the rest of it is only clips. So and you have another screw right here behind the handle. I nearly missed this one. Okay. And now it should come off. Go, slide it backwards. Oh dear. Everything is bent, everything is crap. Who's been doing this? Oh dear. Okay, let me position everything and we'll carry on. Okay guys, so I know we jumped ahead a little bit on that door, but another thing that I decided to do was come right here into the boot and try to check, make sure everything was fine, and someone, straight away I could see someone has been messing around here, and I wanted to look in there, right over there, on these plugs here, look at that. This is how it was, it's clipped in there. I don't think that's factory fitted, so something has been going on here. Another problem that the car came with is a fault. I will show you on another video. Is a fault, hopefully on another video, with this rear spoiler. And obviously the rear spoiler is controlled by a motor that's behind this plate. So I think, at least for the rear spoiler, is going to be something here. But we have also this switch here that obviously tells when the boot is closed. So I don't know, just gonna dig a little bit in here and try to see if we find anything related to the central locking as well. I still think it might be something on that door, but I just thought it would worth to obviously show you these back here as well. Okay, so indeed the lock is brand new. As you can see, it doesn't seem to be a genuine one. It's definitely an aftermarket, but it is brand new. You can easily see that. And as soon as I've took it off from the door, look at this. So the latch is engaged in there, and look. And is locked. Unlocked, I think. Locked. Unlocked. So it's working just fine. Now the only thing that could be causing these guys is, well, only two things is, or we have something on these wires here, and obviously because I moved the wires, that now is making contact, but we're gonna check that by obviously trying different positions. Fine, fine. Let's try another position here, maybe. Twist these wires. Fine. And this. It's fine. So the only thing that can be, guys, is the actually outside handle that attached to here. It has a kind of stitch adjustment, so it's a threaded bar that goes in here. And then you push these in, and that holds obviously the little threaded bar. So when you open the handle actually pulls these away and latch the door. So the only thing I can think is they put these in the wrong position and would not allow these. So these pulls it like that to unlock. So the car is locked now. So if I unlock, now I'm going to unlock the door. If you look at the latch in there, that's it, yeah. So we're gonna lock it again. It's locked. So the only thing I can think is that was not allowing this lever here to come all the way back, and obviously was not allowing the door to lock. Let's gonna try to simulate that actually. It's gonna pull this forward a little bit. So I don't know how it's coming on the camera, guys. Let me see. I think it's on the field of view. So we're gonna simulate that the outside handle is keeping this but not that much, just a little bit. So it's not allowing to this lever to return all the way back. So let's gonna put it right here, for example. Let's gonna try to lock the car. It worked. It's gonna pull a little bit more. Still working. A little bit more. Still working. A bit more. Pressed it too many times and now it's not working. We're gonna have to wait a couple of minutes until it works again, but I couldn't really simulate this again, which is a little bit weird. The car is locked at the moment, which is a little bit weird though. So yeah, but definitely was, once I took this off, it started to work straight away. So locked now. Okay, so we're gonna put this back on, but try to obviously plug this in a different position. This here, try to get this properly and see what happens, and we'll go from there. But it looks like this was not in the right place. Right, this is weird. I've just put the lock back on. I've just put the bolts in. They are not fully tight, as you can see, tightened. And look at this. It's doing the same again. So I think I know what the problem is now, and I'm just going to show you that. Okay, so I'm going to show what the problem is. So the lock goes in there like this, obviously on the inside, and it goes somewhere around here. Now look on this red, at the top of this red plastic thing, it's all scratched, you see? And look right behind is this here. I think this is touching the inside of this and is not allowing this to turn. Sorry, it's not allowing this to turn, and that's why it's not locking. So we're gonna have to come up with something. And look at that. If I wouldn't show you the before, you wouldn't even tell. So I've just cut this stop here. It's not doing nothing there, so we just took it off. I'm gonna put it back on the door and see what happens. Okay, let's gonna try. So the door is, I think, is locked at the moment, or is unlocked. Let me have a look. Ah, was unlocked. It's gonna lock the latch. That's gonna lock. Ooh. Job done. It's gonna unlock. It's gonna lock. Job done. Sorted. That's gonna put everything back together, and the problem is done. It's resolved. Okay, I thought it would worth the mention. Under this airbag cap here, there is a screw. The previous guys, they didn't took this off. They just ripped the whole thing out. So I've just removed this before I put it back on, and obviously it's not really doing nothing because the plate was all bent. It was coming off. If you go back on the video, you might be able to see it was all ripped off on the inside of the card. So, but yeah, there is a bolt also underneath here. Okay, and just before I end the video, I thought I would just show you one more time, like I've showed you the start, but I think we covered it up. I'm just gonna lock the car. As you can see, you don't hear the second sort of unlocking, nor the horn sounding because it didn't lock properly. So we're gonna look, this side is locked, and we're gonna see that this side. Oh, there. Sorry about that. I was not expecting this one. Obviously the alarm just went off, but you might have seen that the car is locked on that side as well. So it is working, guys. You can see, you don't hear that stuff. We're gonna also turn the ignition on. We're gonna, once again, we're gonna clear these codes again. What was that? Erase codes. What? Ah, okay. Because I was ready. Okay, it kind of needs to initialize another session into the module. So that because I was already inside the module. So it's gonna. Okay, so there is 2 faults. Now let's gonna erase this. It should work now. Yeah, there we go. Read codes. No codes. It's gonna come out. Ignition on. Gonna go to the module again. And we have no codes. If you remember last time, as soon as we cycled the central locking once, that fault 59 came up. I think this last bit of the video was actually unnecessary. I mean, I've showed you that we resolved the problem, so it was only that lock, probably for being aftermarket. So I don't know if actually the original lock itself was actually faulty, and when they put this one, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have that sort of information. But yeah, it was just that lock was not designed for these cars, sort of, and obviously that little bit of plastic at the top was just getting damaged between obviously the door frame, the door panel, and was just not allowing to move it freely. That was it. So we got this problem resolved, and now we're gonna look at the next one, which is the spoiler. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information here that somehow it can be useful. If you have any questions, any comments, you know, put them below, and like always, thank you so much for watching.